sectors. These are parts of a drive that devices can't access because of failed transistors or physical damage. An overwrite won't be able to reach them, meaning any data that was ever put there stays there. So, if you are the United States Department of Defense and you don't want to take any risks, you will also shred, physically pulverize unwanted drives. The US, Europe, Japan often send such electronic waste to dumps in Ghana, like this one. This city in Ghana is known as Earth's digital dumping ground. Why Ghana? Well, it is cheaper to send unsalvageable electronics to Africa marked as a donation than it is to properly recycle them. But there, in these electronic dumps, the files can still be brought back to life. Organized criminals operating in Ghana have managed to successfully recover data from unregulated e-dumps. They have been able to find confidential multi-million-dollar agreements involving the Defense Intelligence Agency.
Oh, you're still here? What, did you guys get home or something? Oh, right, because you're sick, so you didn't go with them. Right. Oh, I thought you left. Oh. And I was a little bored, so I was going to try posting a dev.io video on YouTube or something.
In 1979, Iranian students seized the U.S. Embassy in Tehran. With the help of local carpet weavers and years of hard work, they managed to reassemble thousands of pages of confidential documents shred by the CIA. The smaller the shredded particles are, the more of them there are, the more difficult the task. So, the Department of Defense requires that the majority of shredded particles not exceed 5 square millimeters. If you really want to delete something, destroy it, erase it, time is on your side. In about 5.4...
Well, I don't know a fun fact. 1979 was the first year where the word delete was used more than the word erase.
The sun will become the ultimate shredder, a red giant large enough to swallow Earth whole. Everything will be fine for billions of years, but many accepted models of the universe predict that in 10 to the 100 years, whatever intelligence is left will witness the universe's dark era and its final heat death. The end of the universe, the end of any file or photo or memory of you ever being accessed again. Every time something happens, a little bit of energy is lost. For instance, friction through sound or heat. That energy goes out into the universe a little bit at a time, slowly, more and more. Eventually, in a closed system, energy becomes homogeneous, evenly distributed, the same everywhere. There's no gradient, maximum entropy. In a little glass of ice water, it's pretty quotidian. But given enough time, our entire universe may be no different. A gradient, a difference in energy from one place to another, is necessary for things to happen, for files to be created and read, for life to exist. And in 10 to the 100 years, there may not be any usable energy left. In Isaac Asimov's short story, The Last Question, humans are concerned about this. As the story leapfrogs billions of years into the future, their list of solutions doesn't get any longer than none. So if we think across a grand time scale, is cosmic deletion, the freezing of everything, heat death, all we have to look forward to in this universe? We went to the moon. We brought flags with us that we planted on the moon, representing a place on Earth. But those American flags on the moon are likely erased now. Their symbols and colors bleached by the intense radiation of the sun on the lunar surface, unfiltered by any atmosphere. The flags are still there. We didn't take them back with us, but now they are empty. White flags. White flags representing our surrender to the inevitability of deletion. preoccupied with just the opposite, what really saturates our language. What we really seem to talk about is creation, things happening, not loss. Compared to erase, forget, and delete, make practically deletes deletion. The flags on the moon are bleached out. But is that bleak? Are they deleted? Or blank? Like a fresh sheet of paper ready for new stories? Really, it just depends on what you make of it. So thanks for making things. And as always, thanks for watching. Hey, Vsauce, Michael here. But what could be out there? The likelihood of extraterrestrial intelligence has been the subject of an equation, and the current lack of any communication with aliens, the subject of a paradox. But here's a different question. If we were to hear from intelligent life beyond Earth, what would really happen next? Well, no government has ever officially adopted a post-detection policy. And when asked how they would deal with a confirmed message from extraterrestrial intelligence, the United Nations Office for Outer Space Affairs simply said that their job does not include any issues regarding the question you pose. So are we unprepared? Would chaos ensue? These things are unlikely. But the way we prepare for and anticipate our species encountering one from beyond Earth is important and illuminating, even though improbable. Historically, we have acted as though alien life exists. Back contamination is a concern that a man-made object returning from space could carry with it undiscovered alien life forms, especially viruses and bacteria that could wipe out life on Earth. This was a serious concern felt by serious people when we first sent humans to the moon. When Neil Armstrong, Michael Collins, and Buzz Aldrin returned from the lunar surface, they didn't immediately hug their families and join a public parade. Instead, they were sealed up in biological isolation garments and flown to a quarantine facility to be locked away for 3 weeks in Houston, Texas. By Apollo 15, the practice was discontinued. But forward contamination has also been a real concern. When NASA sent the Galileo spacecraft to survey Jupiter and its moons, it got amazing data, but there was a problem. It had never been sterilized. Because life, even liquid water, could exist on these moons, NASA made the decision to avoid contaminating an alien biosphere, and when the mission was over, steered Galileo into Jupiter, where it burned up and was destroyed, along with any Earth life possibly on board. So protocols and decisions have been officially made in the past under the assumption that aliens might exist. When it comes to actually